Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody from wherever you're calling into from around the world. So you're very welcome to join us this beautiful Sunday for our special global event, our special global call. And before I get started in the program, which will be that we first cover a business presentation, and after the business presentation, we will then move into updates from the corporate people. And we've got some great news for you, some good updates and lots of information to share with you today. And but before I really kick off with the presentation, I'd just also like to say, first of all, that we've had a fantastic week, and that has really been down to the amazing leadership that we have in the field, and also the cooperation that we've had from Corsair, and also the weekly calls that we've been doing in all the different languages over the last month or so to really, bring you in your own markets completely up to date with where we are, sharing the information factually, and also just giving the confidence to everybody that we're moving forward with immense speed, but also with a very, very solid and structured business approach here. And this is becoming, so powerful. And moving into the new year, we're going to really create an amazing business moving forward. And especially like to, mention the fantastic work that our leadership in Italy with Andrea and with Vittorio have been doing. And also then in France with Jean-Luc and his team, very special people doing an amazing job. And of course, Petra, who's working very hard with the German and Austrian and Swiss German-speaking market. So everybody's been doing a fantastic job in organizing these calls. And of course, in the Dutch market, Mr. John Bruikels, and everybody's been doing an amazing job. And there's a lot of confidence about in the field right now. So this is why we've had such an amazing week, and we're going to be moving forward, obviously, from here. And this is traditionally a time of the year where business, does slow down. But what we're seeing actually that business is speeding up. So this is a really great sign. And what I'm going to do now is just is share my screen with you, and we'll get straight into the business presentation. So just give me a second to do that. There we go. So if someone could just give me a thumbs up that they can see the yeah, there we go. We got someone who can see that. That's perfect. Thank you, Roger, for that. It's always good just to have the feedback that what I'm seeing on my screen is exactly what you're seeing on your screen. Well, welcome everybody, and really, this part of the day is for new people, or for people who are just really, getting started in the business. Because many of you who are already in the business will have seen and understood the presentation. But of course, the lifeblood of our business is new people joining our business and engaging and just getting the confidence to move forward. And I suppose, there are two questions that we really need to answer, for people orientating or looking at this business. Who are we and what do we do? Well, very simply, to answer those questions, we basically are a community of environmentally conscious entrepreneurs, the Amplivo community. And the reason that we're entrepreneurs is that we want to be in business. And for many people, that can be a part-time business, or for many of us, again, it can be a full-time business. But the activity that we engage with to be an entrepreneur, to make money, we also want to be doing something that's good for the environment. So that's why we're environmentally conscious. We want to be spending our time, our energy into a business that's long-term sustainable, but also doing something good for the environment at the same time. And what we do as the Amplivo community, we help finance environmentally sustainable projects that do create change for a better world. And in the course of this presentation, we're going to show you exactly what we're doing. But before we move into that, I think it's also now important just to really bring to everybody's attention the environmental issues that we are addressing And many of you are, conscious, of course, that there is a huge need for us to be working and changing things in our environment. And sometimes it's good to just reflect on what is going on. So we have a very short little video that's very full of dramatic impact, visual content that really brings home how important it is to address these issues. So I'm just going to play a little video for you, which is approximately 2 minutes long. So I think this will bring home the reason that we're so passionate about being involved in projects that will make our world a better place and change this situation.
Air pollution is the worst it has ever been, affecting 92% of humankind and killing millions each year. Can I stop it? Plastic waste is everywhere, on the highest mountains, on the deepest ocean floor, on every beach, embedded in Arctic ice. Can I clean it? We eat 70,000 pieces of microplastic per year. The chemicals in it can alter hormones and damage our health. Plastic kills 1.1 million sea animals each year and threatens all marine life. Can I save it? 800 million people are vulnerable to the effects of climate change. Over 1 million species are at risk of extinction because of this calamity. Can I solve it? 1.5 acres of forest is chopped down every second. Half of the world's jungles have already been wiped out. Can I change it? 1.1 billion people lack access to water. 2.4 billion people are exposed to disease because of dirty water. Can I fix it?
Yes, I can. I can make a difference.
I can help fight for our planet. I can be a force for good.
I can be a catalyst for change.
I will do my part.
I will change. I will spread the word.
I will keep believing.
We can. We will. Keep on sharing.
Eco. Sharing matters.
Yes, I think that after seeing that video that you would agree with me that it is obvious that we do need to address some of these issues and address them very quickly and address them very dramatically. I'm just going to let you now just see what we're actually doing and the current projects that we support that we've already got up and running. And you'll see on the right of the screen some pictures of our project in Bangkok that we have worked very hard to set up together with our project partner, Corsair Group. And Corsair Group really fall into alignment with us as the Amplivo community as to what we want to address as the environmental issues. They're really working on the three main areas of plastic waste, air pollution, and climate change. Now, these three areas are really the biggest challenges that we're facing in the environment today. And our first project, the Plastic Waste to Fuel project in Bangkok, was established in June 2020, just a few months ago, really. And it's remarkable the progress that we've made in that short period of time. And we've also got other projects that are being worked on to develop. And we will hear more about these as the weeks and the months progress. Slovenia is targeted for this year, Belgium and Ireland and Colombia, and there's other projects in the pipeline. So we are moving very, very fast, and we'll hear more about these in the coming year. And let me just play you now a little video that shows again what we're actually doing specifically with this project in Bangkok, just to give you an idea as to how this is set up and how this is working. Because I believe sometimes that video and images like that speak more than words. It's actually what you're seeing is factual, what's actually happening. And this video was taken a couple of months ago, and there's even been significant progress on this project since that time also.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to a brief virtual tour to our waste plastic to fuel production facility here in Bangkok, Thailand, where we convert your plastic garbage into advanced biofuel. Our raw material includes plastic bags, wrapping materials, and other packaging products, which are delivered for us packed in tight bales, allowing us to load our production modules efficiently. Our facility currently includes 2 waste plastic to fuel production units, which are together capable of producing approximately 120,000 liters of fuel per month. The process begins by loading the plastic garbage into the production unit and starting the pyrolysis process by applying heat to the plastic waste. This process creates flammable gases and smoke, which are then channeled through a distillation system and converted into pyrolysis crude oil. This crude oil can be used in heavy-duty, low-speed engines, or it can be refined into commercial gasoline, diesel, and kerosene jet fuel. Our facility includes today 2 production units, and we are currently preparing the facility for the installation of the 3rd unit. The 3 production units are together capable of increasing our monthly production capacity to nearly 200,000 liters of oil per month. Our target is to have a total of 10 such production units operational at this facility by the end of 2021 and to reach a production output of approximately 600,000 liters per month. We wish to thank you very much for your support to this important mission of cleaning our environment from the plastic garbage and converting it into fuel for our daily lives. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. There you see what is actually happening right now as we speak in Thailand with our first project. And in fact, the project is expanded already since that video to the 3rd machine, which of course increases our capacity now by 50%. And I think you'll hear a little bit more on that later in the call today. But let's just look at the facts here as to what this actually means. So we've got this project set up. We've got these units taking plastic waste and converting it into fuel. But let's really break this down and see how significant this is. The Bangkok project is basically set up to be built up to 10 machines. And this will mean that we'll be taking 1.2 million kilograms of plastic waste per month, which will convert into approximately 600,000 liter of high-grade fuel, the advanced biofuel, or pyrolysis oil, as it's also known as. Right now, we're certainly very, very far down the road with the 3 machines. So we would expect for the end of 2021 that we will have this project fully operational with this targeted of 10 machines. And just to give you an idea of what this actually means in relation to the plastic waste and how much plastic waste we're actually taking out of the environment and what that relates to as a community, as all the people on the planet, as to how much plastic they produce or they use, they consume. Really, the average is about 35 kilograms per person per year globally. Now, in some countries, it's going to be significantly higher, and maybe in some countries, it's going to be slightly less. But the average is approximately 35 kilograms per person per year. We call this the plastic footprint. So if we look at this 35 kilograms and we relate it to the numbers of the Bangkok project, this basically means that we're capable, we have the ability to remove the plastic footprint of over 34,000 people on a monthly basis. the plastic that they're using, consuming. And if we look at that over a year, that's over 400,000 people. Now, I think that's a very, very good number, a very significant number, and really is making an impact for a better world and making a huge difference. So therefore, we support something that's highly profitable while cleaning our planet from plastic at the same time. Profitable in the sense that this fuel is very valuable. And that's what we're going to look at now, because when we have something of real value, and this is absolutely a market that is exploding, and you'll hear a little bit more about that in this call today, then we have a long-term sustainable business. And we're also, doing something very significant at the same time that's relating to making our environment a better place. So let's look at why this fuel is so special and what is the market potential of this, because this is really key. Of course, it's very important that we're cleaning up the planet and making it a better place. But when we can link this also with a business that has got long-term sustainability, it means that we can really do this in a way that everybody can profit from this. And also it drives this environmental project even faster. This fuel is actually termed advanced biofuel, pyrolysis oil. There's a huge demand for this, and we'll get into that in the next couple of slides. It's also got a low carbon footprint. It's more eco-friendly. It's a very low sulfur fuel, which is also a very significant market to be in. And also, very interestingly, it can be also used to make new plastics. And this is what we're going to look at now in the next couple of slides, the huge demand for this type of fuel. One sector is just really targeting the traffic, the fuel that's used to power the buses, the trucks, the cars, and everything else out there. And in the EU, this fuel is very, very much sought after, because the fuel that they are selling at the gas station, it must contain an additive of this fuel for it to be able to be sold. In 2021, the amount that needs to be added to the current fuel is 1.5%, rising over a 10-year period to 2030 up to 10%. So this creates a huge demand from 5.1 billion litres needed, rising to over 34 billion litres just in this sector alone for the road traffic in the EU. And we're not talking about Asia and other parts of the world. So this is a huge market. Another market is the maritime sector, where you can see here one of the largest, container ships in the world. And these ships pollute a lot with their sulfur emissions because they're running on very old, dirty fuel. It's actually called bunker fuel, which has got a very high sulfur content. And when that fuel is burned, that sulfur is released into the atmosphere and causes huge devastation on forests, and also it's a health issue as well. And the new legislation that has come in starting this year has stated that the maritime sector must reduce the sulfur content in their fuel to 0.5% on the open water, and when they come close to populations around the coast, then it has to reduce to 0.1%. Now, the good news is the fuel that we're producing, the advanced biofuel pyrolysis oil, has got a almost negligible sulfur content of 0.031%. And again, just in this sector, we're looking at a demand of over 400 billion litres per year. Now, the third area that has really just arisen in the last months is maybe even bigger and more significant for us, and that is the plastic manufacturing and chemical recycling aspect. Basically, the EU legislation has now come into play where plastic manufacturers must use between 30 to 60% of recycled plastic as a raw material in the production of new plastic. Pyrolysis oil can be used to make new plastic, solving this problem. Now, this creates a huge demand for this pyrolysis advanced biofuel. The reason is that if they do not stick to these targets of 30 to 60% when they're making the new plastic, then they're going to be fined up to maybe €800 per ton. So that is a big incentive for the plastic manufacturing companies to use this fuel, because when they have the fuel that's made from plastic, because that's what pyrolysis does. It reverses the process, reverses plastic into fuel. Then that fuel comes obviously from plastic, recycled, and then we can make new plastic for it. And the reason that this sector is so significant for us is because we can basically get twice the amount per litre as we would in those other sectors, because this is a huge premium product in this area. And this is going to be an area that we're going to be targeting moving forward. And I think, again, you'll be hearing a lot more of this in the future. So those are three areas that are huge. And the message is, it doesn't matter how much fuel, how much oil that we can produce, we have a market for it. And that is an amazing situation to be in any business. Most business have a huge budget for marketing, branding, and everything else. We don't need to do that. We have more people lining up, more clients, more companies, more businesses lining up to take our oil than we can supply right now. So we're in a very, very good space as this whole area is now expanding right in front of us. And I would even dare to make the statement that we would certainly be among the largest producers of this type of fuel in the world right now. And I think, again, you may hear a little bit more about that. Maybe not on this call, but moving forward, you'll certainly hear hear the numbers mentioned to you, and they're very, very impressive. Now, how can we benefit from this huge demand for advanced biofuel, pyrolysis oil? Well, one, we can profit from the sale of the fuel. And secondly, we can profit from promoting this opportunity to others as a member of the Amplivo community, and also expanding our business. And you can see here the increasing demand, which isn't going to stop. It's only going to get more and more significant over the next year. So let's look at this first aspect, how we can profit from the sale of the fuel. We profit from the sale of the fuel in the sense that 1/3 of the profit from the Bangkok project is used to buy ISF, which is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. And it's known as the Sosnova token, Sosnova Innovations for a Sustainable Future. Basically, the Sosnova token is linked to the profit from the oil production. As I said, 1/3 of the profit from our Bangkok project is going into buying the ISF from the market. So what does this mean? It means that the more machines that we now bring into play on this project, we've already now gone from 2 machines to 3 machines. Obviously, that means more oil, more production. That means, of course, more profit. Therefore, that also means more tokens are bought from the market, from the exchange. So we have a potential demand of billions of litres per year, and we just don't have enough machines to meet that demand at the moment. And that's what we do as a community, is to help fund these projects and get them up and running. And the more profit we have, of course, that is related to the oil sales, and we can profit from that. Now, the advantages of a Sosnova ISF token are very interesting. One, high demand, of course, because of the production, and also as a token on the blockchain, it's decentralized. And this means that when you hold this token, it's in your wallet. It's nothing to do with the company. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's a bit like having, something in your bank account, your money in your bank account. It's yours to do with what you want, when you want, and however you see fit at that moment. Also, the advantages of being on the blockchain is very transparent and also traded on public exchanges. So I would say that it's a very good idea to build up a portfolio of this ISF token and have basically as many as you can get in your ISF wallet as possible. And I think it's a silly question to ask, how many ISF would you like to have? It's like saying, how much money would you like in your bank account? I think the answer is, of course, as many as possible. Now, how can we get our hands on this Sosnova token? Well, basically, as the community of Amplivo, the community of the entrepreneurs, we bring our message to the world through the Ecovo platform, which is, of course, then connected to other social media platforms like FaceIn, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and all the other media platforms that are out there. And just to give a better definition, more in detail, Ecovo is an environmentally purpose-driven social platform that empowers all to play an important part in the global fight against plastic waste while enjoying multiple features, benefits, and incentives, allowing us the ability to turn the trash into cash. And also what is really simple and very easy to do is by registering on this platform, it's completely free and without any obligation whatsoever. Now, you may ask, well, how can we get our hands on this Sosnova token? Well, basically by interacting with the Akovo platform, you become like a client or a customer. You become like someone who has a connection to the platform. You're a member of that community. And you're rewarded then as someone who is interacting in the same way that many businesses operate, like hotel chains, like airlines, by giving their loyal customers a rewards program. We call it our free loyalty points. So just by interacting with the platform, you're awarded free loyalty points. You can go and watch some videos, register your details, and the more you interact and watch content, etc., the more you're going to be rewarded with these free loyalty points. But also, for everybody who buys products and services on the platform, for every euro that is spent, you will also be awarded for loyalty points. Just like, when you go to a hotel and you book with a hotel chain, you're going to be given loyalty points. Same with airlines, the same thing, the same principle. And in our case, most purchases will be matched 1-to-1. For every euro spent, we are given one free loyalty point. Now, there are many different products and services on the platform, including the media package, which helps us to bring our message to the world. Many services, many cashback opportunities, travel, shopping, dining, and education, and so forth. Now, when we have these free loyalty points, what we can do with them is we can redeem them, if we so wish, into this ISF token, and basically collect as many as you want and build up your portfolio of the ISF token. Very, very simple. Now, you may ask, why do we work like this? Well, basically, all the net profits from the products sold on the Akovo platform goes towards financing the Corsair environmentally sustainable projects. We, as the Amplivo community, bring our message through the world through the Akovo platform. When people engage with that and buy products and services, the net profit is then going to help set up and develop these projects. So basically, your involvement helps get rid of plastic waste and also at the same time supports the environment. And here on this slide, you're going to see some packages that are out there that are available for people to purchase, from the starter package going through bronze, silver, gold, all the way up to platinum. And these packages are discounted. They're bundled together, giving you more value. Many of the products can be bought individually, but when we bundle them together like this, you're actually getting much, much better value. Discounted package bundles give you better value. The net profits from the sale of these packages is used to finance new projects. Very simple. Now, as I say, you can just simply register on the platform and become a follower, follow the information and just get more orientated and interact with some of the offers, the deals, the cashbacks, and much more. And when you actually decide you want to purchase some of the products there, you can become a supporter. And for people who really want to have more of an impact, then we invite you to become an influencer. Now, this is where the second area comes in as how we can benefit from being involved with this, is by setting up our own home-based business. And to do that, we acquire a business license, a one-time setup fee for €95, which is a pretty good deal to be able to set up your own business. And I think today, many people are questioning the stability that they felt a year ago or maybe even 2 years ago, because times have changed. Everybody knows this. And maybe job security is not what it was, looking back even a few months ago. And it's always good to have a plan B. And for many people who may not be happy in the situation they're in, this is also a great opportunity to be able to get involved with something like this, something that you can make money from, but also doing something good at the same time. And even for people who are in business, we've also seen the hardship that has been caused by the last year, especially in the hotels and the restaurants and in those areas where the people working in those branches and those sectors and many other branches, of course, as well, have really had a difficult time. And many people are looking. And also, we're on this call today, just people looking at their screen and following the information on this Zoom call. This is going to be the new normal moving forward also for doing business. We're going to be working more at home. We all hope, of course, that very soon we can get together and have events and meet people, and there will be, of course, be the time for that. But I believe that moving forward, we're going to be doing more business like the way we're doing business here right now today. So this business also gives you the ability to do that you can build really from home, take an hour out of your busy schedule, time with the kids and whatever other activities that you have to do, schedule some appointments online through this medium that we're using today, Zoom, get on a call, invite other people on a call, and just share information with them. This is how we'll be doing business. So we have absolutely an ideal business for the time that we're in right now. And this aspect of becoming an influencer when you do get your business license and get up and get started allows you then also to get commissions and bonuses from developing and building the community. And I believe that our compensation plan is really one of the best compensation plans out there. Really pays very, very high numbers to people, a tremendous fast start program as well that gets your income potential in your first month in the business right to earning the maximum from the compensation plan that you can. And what's really cool as well, a second aspect, is that all earnings that you get from the compensation plan are matched 1-to-1 with the free loyalty points. What can you do with the free loyalty points? Yes, of course. You can redeem them into the ISF token. So it's like when you make €1,000 in commission, you're also given 1,000 free loyalty points. It's like getting paid twice. So I think, and I believe that this is really a tremendous opportunity that many people have been looking for and really will find it very interesting to engage with. So basically, the question is what to do next. Well, basically make a decision. That's really, what people need to do. Is this something I'm interested in? Is this something I want to engage with? Does this sound like something that I can do, that I want to do? Answer those questions. The person who invited you will help you to go through that process. So get back to them. You can also get their referral link, get registered on the platform, and then also orientate a little bit more and sign in as a follower, create your free account, and make sure you get the correct package that works for you as a supporter. And also then get your license to become an influencer and really do make a change and make a decision that, now you have the ability really to work from home and make some extra money or make a full-time income. There is no ceiling here as to what you can achieve. And also very important is to get registered for the next Fast Start training. We have Fast Start trainings all around the world where people can, follow this in their own language. And the Fast Start training is really important because in the Fast Start period of your business, as I said a moment ago, allows you to maximize your income potential. In your first month, basically, in the business, you have huge advantages that you should take advantage of. And in the Fast Start training, that'll all be explained to you. And the sponsor, the person who basically introduced you to this opportunity, they'll help you to purchase the package and redeem your free loyalty points into the Sosnova token. They're there to help you. Also, the line of support that the sponsor is in as well. They'll all help you with every aspect that you need to know and that you need to deal with. Also, very important, get registered on the Telegram information channel, which will keep you in touch with the flow of information from the company so that you're up to date on what's happening, when it's happening, and everything else. And as I said, we have weekly Fast Start trainings in your own language. Invite others to be part of the community, of course, and invite others to the business presentation. and duplicate the system with your business partners. And of course, your sponsor will help you to do this. And we know and we believe we have a solution for the pollution. And we invite you to join us on this amazing journey. And I thank you very much for your time today that you've invested to come on this call. And that's my part basically done. And I did rush through it maybe quicker than I would normally rush through it, but also I'm very conscious that we have a bigger program today. And our next speaker is a gentleman who is the Chief Technical Officer for the company, a gentleman who is very competent and very skilled in his area of expertise, which is IT and systems and everything else. And I'm sure he will give you a little bio on his resume and give you more information as to his background and what he does. But he's a gentleman that I've got to know over the last months, and I'm very, very impressed with his work ethic and also his integrity, and is a great gentleman to be working with. I'd like to hand you over now to Mr. Waune Dobson, our Chief Technical Officer. Wayne, are you there with us? I saw Wayne on the call earlier, but
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you are, Wayne. Good.
Wonderful. Great. Okay. Thanks for the introduction, Peter.
You're welcome.
So, guys, I guess let's start by welcoming everybody to the call. It's really exciting to see so many people around the world, and this is not just English. Obviously, we're being translated to a number of other languages. So I'm going to try to speak precisely and carefully, and giving time for the translations to take place. As Peter said, let me introduce myself a little bit more in order that you can understand that our technology and the Ecovo and Amplivo platform are in safe hands. I've been working with computers and software development since I was 11 years of age. And now I'm well into my 50s and enjoy my time here in Thailand, having worked throughout my career for a number of large software ventures. So I've worked for places like the European Patent Office, various banks, telecommunications companies, and worked on global projects, leading teams of over 100 developers globally. Right now, my focus is in helping you utilize our platforms, the Ecovo platform and the Amplivo platform, and enhancing them to make your lives and your influence across the projects that we support both enjoyable and rewarding. I work with our international team of developers, moving the projects forward, moving the platforms forward incrementally. I have, with intent, put together a roadmap of development of these platforms. One solution is to stick with an old legacy platform and spend a year or more building an enhanced platform and then deliver it. I chose to deliver our new platforms to you in an incremental fashion. So what you'll see is each week, each month, little enhancements flowing through. We have a roadmap leading well into 2021 to make this happen for you. Right now, we have just moved forward with improving the prompts that people receive when using the Ecovo platform. As Peter explained, you can join the Ecovo platform, register on the Ecovo platform for free. And by utilizing the platform, you can ultimately obtain ISF tokens through a series of steps. When a visitor hits that Ecovo platform, they immediately start receiving points which can ultimately be converted at their option to ISF. Should they try to leave the platform or they use the platform for half a minute or so, our intention is that they're prompted to remind them of the value of the information they're absorbing and the rewards they're receiving, and encouraging them to register and to retain those points moving forward, retain that ability to claw into those valuable ISF moving forwards. Another key project we're working on is moving our shop into the Ecovo platform. So all of the packages that Peter started to talk about in his outline are available straight from the Ecovo platform. And this very much enhances and streamlines the whole process of joining Ecovo, obtaining that first package, and ultimately moving forwards into Amplivo and becoming an influencer by obtaining that business license. And both those parts are presently in testing, and we envisage those coming to the Ecovo platform very, very soon. Other enhancements are also underway within the Amplivo back office to let you, and particularly leaders with larger organizations, understand their team structure, the number of people in their team, the number of individual star rankings within that team. So if somebody has a desire to understand their 3-star bank and where they are and what their organization is all about, then that can be something that's very easily segmented with a new enhancement that we're working on right now. And that'll mean that the leaders in the business are able to assist in a much more detailed and intricate way those individuals with lower star rankings. They'll be able to see the individual number of people in the various segments, the star rankings, the number of star ranked people within their organizations, and much more around that. Because we're now moving into enabling you to visualize team structure in a more fragmented way, we're also working on the search capability to enable influence to be able to review and search out individuals within their organization. And as I've said, this is all part of a multi-year roadmap. We started earlier in 2020 and goes well into 2021 and beyond. The online platforms are there to, first of all, capture somebody's interest in our projects, and then to enable them to absorb all the information that's available on the Ecovo platform, and to ensure that the person that introduced them to the Ecovo platform has the benefit of having them within their structure on the Amplivo platform as they move forwards. I hope that gives you some reassurance as to the energy and effort we at corporate are putting into ensuring that the platforms are both stable, functional, and progressive to help you within the business. My drivers often come from the senior influence within our business, but each and every influencer has the opportunity to use our support system and the ticket which is about software enhancements, and to give me your direct feedback. Each of those tickets are read by me personally, and then, as appropriate, scheduled within the roadmap moving forwards. Some of these things can be done very quickly, and some are further down the roadmap. But I thank everybody that's given me their feedback and their requests, and I'm sure many of you will be able to start to see some of those things now flowing forwards. So with that, what I'm going to do is pass on to our next speaker. Next speaker is somebody that I've known for a number of years. He is central to the Corsair Group and the CEO and leader of the Corsair Group. So with that, let me pass on to Jussi Saloranta. Are you there, Jussi? Jay,
okay.
Are you there? Wonderful.
Great. Now I am unmuted. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for taking your time on joining us on this amazing Sunday evening. Now, a lot of things have been said already, and I'm actually very happy to see that the communication that we have done over the last couple of weeks on these regional calls with different languages is starting to take shape. So some of the things that I'm going to present for you here today is a little bit of a repeat, a little bit of follow-up, and then also coming up with some new information for you as well, which I believe is going to be exciting for you. But I'm also going to leave you sort of waiting for a few things, but you'll know what I mean in a few minutes. Now, Peter did a great presentation and explained the core of our business, which was extremely well, extremely clearly articulated. And also thank you very much, Wayne, for the updates that you just gave for the general development of the IT. Now, let me share you my screen and I'll show you. If the host would allow me to share, then I'll do that. There we go. Excellent. So just to summarize a few things that we said already. So Corsair Group is an international group of companies. And we as a group, we focus on 3 main areas. And those are the 3 largest global environmental issues that we all on this planet are currently dealing with. And these are the plastic waste, the air pollution, and the climate change issues. These are the 3 areas that we are focusing on. And our focus and our business plan is to provide viable solutions for these problems, but also through business in a way that can generate value for each and everyone involved on solving these problems. There is a great saying that I've heard a long time ago, which goes that service to many leads to greatness. If you want to be achieving or receiving greatness to your life, you need to find a way to serve as many people as possible. And I'm not talking about selling something to a lot of people, but to serve people. When you provide a group of people a service that they need, greatness is definitely coming to you. In our case, we are providing a service for each and every human being on this planet. And I believe that that's a very good business. That's a very good area and industry and opportunity to be involved with. There couldn't be anything better. Something where you're serving every single human being on this planet by providing them a better planet to live on. And that's what we do. Now, as a company, as a group, we are established right now with our head office here in Bangkok, Thailand. And our European head office is located in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Now, as you probably know, this year, 2020, has been the worst year for our planet when it comes to plastic waste. There's more plastic waste created this year than any other year in the history. All the face masks and the plastic protection clothes and single-use plastic wrappings that have been used has created a huge amount of plastic waste. And as Peter mentioned earlier, the European Union started this fight against the plastic pollution on a whole new level. They made a very, very big decision. And for us, we could even say that that was sort of a groundbreaking in a very, very positive way. The European Union decided that they will now finally put the plastic manufacturing companies to take responsibility of the plastic waste that is being generated. And as Peter explained, a minimum of 30% of recycled plastic waste has to be used by each and every one of these European plastic manufacturing companies when they produce new plastic products. And this regulation is now taking place and coming into effect on the 1st of January next year. So in less than a month. And this is really, as I said, a groundbreaking event. The rest of the world will follow. Mark my words. Europe is leading the way on this, like it has done in many environmental areas. But this will become a global standard. Every single country around the world that is part of the global development will definitely adopt these similar regulations. And this is very good for us. The way to recycle a plastic bag is exactly what we do. We take the plastic bag, the used dirty plastic bag, we convert it into oil by using the pyrolysis method. And from that oil, we can then manufacture a new plastic bag. That is truly, truly recycling in its best way. In the meantime, we will also provide this fuel for other people, other companies, other industries that need it, such as the fuel refining industry. But we are truly in a moment right now, globally, where this processing, which we are doing, which is called the chemical recycling industry, is set to become a multi-billion-dollar industry. And there are already companies that have done that. As one example, there's a company from Norway who has now been operational for about 5 years. They just 2 months ago completed the construction of their first factory in Europe, which is about 40% larger than the factory that we are building here in Thailand. Our first project. Bear in mind, please remember, what this company, the Norwegian company, has done, they have completed one factory, which is 40% larger on our one factory in Bangkok. We are in the process of right now building many factories. But they already reached the $1 billion valuation mark 2 months ago, which was a great achievement for them. But I do believe that this, together with the regulations from European Union, has now formed a industry standard towards which everybody who are involved in this industry are moving. And we are definitely on it. We, as a company, as Corsair Group, are today already, without a doubt, we are one of the leading chemical recycling companies in the world. And we have some great announcements coming for you regarding this soon as well. But that would be a very clear statement. We are one of the leading companies in the world already. Now, a company called McKinsey, which is a global business consultancy firm, made a very good research quite recently where they estimated that this industry that we are involved with, the chemical recycling industry, converting plastic garbage into new plastic products, is expected to grow to become a approximately $75 billion industry in less than 10 years' time. And most interestingly, it has been expected and estimated that this industry will start to produce approximately $25 billion in profits per year in less than 10 years from now. That is truly what we want to be involved with. And right now, as you know, we are taking very good steps of not only being an operator here in Asia, but also being an operator globally. And we want to have as much from that estimated $75 billion per year. Now, here in Thailand, we have acquired a few months ago an already existing production facility. a facility where plastic waste has been converted into oil already for a couple of years. And since we took this facility over exactly 4 months ago, that's when the work started. We have done a tremendous amount of work. We have renovated, refurbished and upgraded the facility, which today looks, as Peter mentioned earlier, very different already that you saw on the video. There's been some great progress done over there. I'm really proud of our operational project team that has done such a great job on moving things forward over there. But right now, we have 2 machines which are operational. They are producing oil and we're selling oil. So things are moving well at the facility. We have done a big maintenance work on upgrading these machines and maintaining these 2 machines that were already there when we took over the location. And we are now just a few days away from starting the test running of our 3rd machine. Now, our 3rd machine, you can see here, these are the latest photos, is almost completed. The installation is almost done. The feeder and other parts are already in place. We've been now installing the electricians, the electric systems, and our team is currently being trained on the use of this machine as well. So that means that when this machine now comes in its full completion and installation, we're going to be able to start test runs in the next coming days. And once this machine comes to completion, it will add a significant amount of oil production to our monthly performance. So that's really, really a good news. Now, next to the facility, you can see there's an empty piece of land right next to it. And this piece of land, we have already bought. We own that land officially. And on this land, we are going to build a new warehouse, which will then be the sort of a new site. And we have the old building, old area, which we are continuing to develop. We're going to make that better. We are working there every day. But then right next to it will be the sort of a new area, and then we'll combine those two. So this will be more of the look and the feel that this facility will have. Now, our target is that by the end of next year, we will have a total of 10 machines. So right now we have 2. We're almost completed with the installation of the 3rd machine. And in the beginning of the year, we're going to start installing the 4th machine. So that's coming quickly. And by the end of next year, our target is to have a total of 10 machines there. And by doing that, being able to manufacture approximately 600,000 liters of oil per month. And this also means that we are removing about 1.2 million kilos of plastic waste from the environment every month. And that's massive. Like Peter went through, we're talking about a huge amount of garbage, which otherwise would be buried into the garbage dumps and landfills for the next 400 years. So that is truly a great service that we're doing for our planet. Now, just to highlight on that, so one machine that we're using here in Thailand is able to intake approximately 120,000 kilos of plastic waste per month, and from that generate approximately 60,000 liters of oil. Normally, when we sell this oil to the oil refineries and oil companies, we would be receiving approximately 50 euro cents per liter. As of right now, as you know, the oil prices globally are at a historically low level. We can see that the oil price is continuing to rise already since March, when the COVID situation truly started. And now with the vaccine and everything else coming abroad and people starting to move more and so on, we see that the oil consumption and the demand for oil is going to continue to increase, and that will also increase the price of the oil on the market. Before the COVID, last year, 50 cents was very much of an average price. Right now, we are roughly at about 30, 35 cents a liter, but we can see that increase every month. And I would say that next year, about the same time as right now, at the end of next year, will most probably going to be somewhere around 40 to 50 cents again. This is when we sell the oil to the traditional oil companies where it's been made into gasoline and diesel and kerosene jet fuel. But if we want to take the best out of it, the most ideal client for us is the plastic manufacturing companies. Basically for two reasons. Number one, we sell the oil to the plastic manufacturing companies. The oil now is part of recycle. We take a plastic bag, we make it into new plastic bag. In all honesty, it is much better than making the oil into diesel and gasoline and burning it in an engine. Making it into fuel, using it in energy is much better than putting the plastic into the landfill. But the optimal, most ideal choice is that that plastic bag becomes a new recycled plastic bag. That's where we want to focus more and more in the future. And also, number two reason, when we do that, not only are we doing better for the environment, but we can get paid, as Peter said, up to €1 per liter when we sell our oil to the plastic manufacturing industry. We are currently working on these agreements, and we are in talks with most of the large petrochemical and plastic manufacturing companies around the world, aside from dealing with pretty much each and every large international global oil trading company. So we are in a very good situation right now, and we're going to be also announcing some good collaborations and partnerships in the next coming months when things now move forward. But all in all, only here in Thailand, we have right now a monthly demand for our fuel of more than 6 million liters per month. So if we had 6 million liters that we are generating per year, we could sell all of it right now. There's not a shortage of buyers. We have buyers from the different government authorities, from the government of Thailand. We have demand from local and regional oil refineries, international oil traders. Now adding to that, the European plastic manufacturing companies, and then locally here in Thailand, many logistic, marine and transportation companies. So there is really no shortage for us to sell the oil. Right now, our only problem is that we don't have enough oil because we don't have enough machines and facilities. But that will be a temporary problem because I know that when we all work together, we're going to be building a lot of these facilities. We're going to build them quick, and we're going to move forward like no one has ever seen before. That one I am 100% confident about. And because of that, that leads us to the next topic. Now, I'm going to share with you something, and think about this in the same way like when there's a new movie coming out. Before the trailer, you will see a little bit of a teaser. So consider what I'm going to show you now as a small teaser before the actual announcement. Now, these photos that you see here right now of these two machines have a significant meaning. I'm not going to explain you today yet what are they or where they are or what's going to happen with them. But you are going to hear more about these two machines in a very short period of time. You're going to get a little bit more information with them now in the next coming few days. But I would like to invite each and every one of you to a major global announcement event on Sunday, the 3rd of January, Sorry, that should be 2021. So right after the new year, on the 3rd of January 2021, we're going to do a major announcement, which I would like to invite all of you to come and join us and listen, because that will be something that you don't want to be missing. That announcement and that day will have a huge impact on your business and on the future of each and every one of us who are involved in this mission. I want to finish my part today, leaving you with one more topic and one more statement, which I want to be absolutely clear about, is that we built this business together. And when we do that, we also own the company together. And a decision that was done now already about 2 months ago was that CloudHorizon as a company will join the Corsair Group of companies, which means that all of us are now in together. And I've said it before, and I'm going to be saying it again officially, that we are going to build and announce a structure where each and every one of you who are committed and who are contributing in the building process of this company will also become shareholders of this company. Our intention is to take Corsair as a group of companies to $1 billion valuation within the next 2 years' time, and to enter the stock market in the next 3 to 5 years. And hopefully during that time with a multi-billion euro valuation. By that time, we are going to be rewarding every top leader, every key personnel, and every member of the network who advances in their star ranking program with shares in the Corsair Group companies. And by doing that, we are all going to be sharing what we build. Now, nothing is being given for granted, which means that everyone is going to earn their share. You cannot buy those shares. They will be given for free for the people that have actually been there contributing into building this company. And what I do believe is most important in business is that, yes, we all want to make money. We all want to build something with great value. We all want to improve our financial lives and so on. But think about this. When 10, 20, 30, 50 years from this moment, when you look back in your life and you look at the crazy year 2020, 21, 22, 23, 25, and so on, when you look at these 5 years and you look at what we achieved by building this company together, and hopefully after this period of building, you have accumulated an ownership in a company which is worth hopefully millions of euros. I hope you can look back and you can say to yourself that in the end of the day, in any business and in your life, it's not about the dollar. It's not about the euro. It's not about the money. It's about how did you do that dollar? How did you make that money? And I would say that for me, that has become personally a sort of a key, I would say, sort of like a fundamental, where every day when I think about any business opportunities and investment opportunities and projects, whatever, the key in the middle of all of it is that how did you make that money? When you look back in your life in the future and you look back at this very moment where we are involved with an industry that is set to become a $75 billion industry in less than 10 years from now. And you can have a part of that. That can be a part, as I said, which is worth millions, in tens of millions of euros. And by being part of that, you are able to secure the financial future for your children, for your family, for every loved one and important person around you for generations to come. But in the end of the day, the question will always be there, how did you make that money? And if you can say to yourself and everybody else around you that you made your fortune by serving every human being on this planet, by providing them a service while improving their living conditions, then you can sit back and you can smile and you can say that, okay, I earned every single euro that I now own. So I very much hope that all of you will be involved in this process of building this company and owning this company together. And I'm extremely happy for all the support and all the great work, the hard work that is being contributed by every one of you and the great leadership that you have in the network, and also by Mr. Frank Ricketts, who have done an excellent job on first of all, founding this company, but to bringing the company where we are today, despite of all the challenges that there has been and numerous changes and so many obstacles that he has worked us through. And we wish that we will be able and hope that we will be able to take this company to the next level and continue the work that Frank has started with us. And by saying that, I would like to hand over the microphone for Mr. Frank Ricketts, the CEO of CloudHorizon. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Jay. Awesome as always, very informative. And if people have understood half of what you said, they should be really sat on the edge of their chairs, really excited about the future and what's coming along in the beginning of the year. Fantastic. I'd like to thank the previous speakers and every one of you getting on this call on the 2nd of Advent this year. I don't want to hold you up too long. I'd like to do a little bit of corporate information updates for you all. And of course, we do have prospects, new people on this call. So please excuse me for maybe talking about a few things in the next minutes that you're not really aware of. But it is important, the updates for the actual members. And then I'd just like to finish off with a few words leading up towards the end of the year and the transition that we're now moving into. Well, first, I sent out a Telegram message yesterday afternoon informing you all that we have extended all promotions, all actual promotions through to Christmas Eve. The only reason we took Christmas Eve is because being in the Western world, based where we are right now, is that the week 24th, really basically through to the 2nd of January, is everyone's on holiday, everyone's with family. Even under the COVID restrictions, everyone would try to spend as much time as possible with various parts of the family. There's a lot of restrictions, especially here in Europe, where you're only allowed to meet with one other household and a maximum of 5 people, and they're going to increase that to 10 people. But it's difficult times, as we all know. But that actual week, obviously, it's a pretty well lockdown period for business as well around the world. So we've extended these promotions and they will be finishing on the 24th. And I can assure you that certain elements, specifically the extra FLP, which was spoken through with the inner circle and put together, will not be extended from the 24th on. What will be happening next year at various times and various promotions? Well, the new management, along with the inner circle, will obviously be working on those things on a week-to-week basis. So please make sure that you're aware of the actual promotions. And as Peter said a number of times in the business presentation, these promotions are there to help you build your business, to help support new individuals coming into the business as influencers, and to use the first weeks in what we call the fast start to really establish a position in the compensation plan, in the uni-level ranking, but also in the star ranking. And those two things determine your income. It's that simple. And as you heard from previous speakers, an income that, comes together by doing something really, really positive for the environment. I mean, how cool is that? So really understand the promotions that are there right now and understand how to use them and work with your organizations accordingly. At the same time, this is not just for influencers, people doing the business, the extra FLPs, et cetera, are for the customers. Helping the cause, helping finance these projects at this time, they can really do some good, and they're getting double rewards along with the FLPs. Certain percentage extra of FLPs depending on what packages they purchase. And it's not just packages that people can purchase. They can also purchase individual singular products. They can purchase credits so that they can spend on the actual site. And on top of that, which is also very, very important, there are certain elements on the site which do not cost anything. One can use, like the cashback platform, with thousands and thousands of online shops around the world where you just buy as you normally would with that online shop, but you've done it as a member and a registered member, which is absolutely free of the cashback system. The company earns money, earns a profit on that cashback. You get money back on what you're buying anyway, and you are helping finance the cause with the cashback and the profit the company makes. There's just one, item, one platform within the platform where we can all participate in funding the various projects moving forward. We added a new promotion yesterday, which we backdated 1 week. And just to give you the logistics on this, again, I'm sorry that I'm going through corporate stuff, but I need to bring everyone up to date. And that is that we have a special promotion product, which is 2 Holiday Plus pins. They cost 120 euros each, so a total of 240 euros. We are giving that free as an add-on for those individuals who have made a decision to purchase the gold or the platinum package. And as said, we backdated that. Moving forward, it's automated. But for last week, anyone who purchased a gold or a platinum package, just please send a ticket from your back office to support, inform them of the date you actually redeemed your package, and you will receive the Holiday Plus promotion product, 2 pins, okay, uploaded into your back office manually, okay? And it's a pretty neat product. I mean, we want people to really understand that particular product more and more. And I know it's very difficult at the moment, traveling and thinking about going away on holidays, et cetera, but I'd like to remind everyone that the product, Holiday Plus, and other holiday products that we have that have a validity of 12 months from purchase date are now and have been, previous purchases, have been extended for a validity of 24 months, 2 years, okay, to accommodate this COVID issue that we have specifically in traveling and holidays, etc., etc. And actually the 24-month products have also been extended 1 year. So they also have 36 months validity from date of purchase. So I think here, our third-party supplier has really done something great for us. We had great talks, great negotiations with them to get the extensions. So here, Holiday Plus promo with 2 Holiday Plus pins valid for 2 years each, okay, as an add-on. I'd like to move on and bring you up to date, which you just saw from Jay, is that the Bangkok project, that's there, the funding through CloudHorizon actually gives 1/3 of the profits on sales in oil against the ISF. Okay, and we've been saying along the last months actually that the ISF one is working on other usage of the ISF spending possibilities. And I'd like to inform you that as we enabled the ISF to be used in purchasing singular products in the shop, we have done over 100,000 euros in sales with ISF. Now, one can say 100,000 euros of sales in our own online shop without any other third party involved. May say, well, that's not really a lot. And I agree. I agree it's not a lot compared to where that is going to go over the next months and years. But it is quite significant for a start. And it starts with the first euro. It starts with the first ISF. You need that to get to the first 1,000. To get to the first 100,000, to get to the first million, etc., etc. And it is a very good start, and I think there's a lot of future there, and I'm sure that the new management starting in the new year will have that as one of the key priorities, not only in the oil sales, but also third-party possibilities where ISFs can be used. So that has really worked out very, very good in the first few weeks that possibility has been there. I'd like to bring everyone up to date also with Mountain Wolf. It has been announced previously a couple of times that Mountain Wolf are introducing a completely new platform, new exchange, Mountain Wolf Professional. And of course, they estimated various times it was expected to be the end of November, then the 6th of December, i.e. today. But I have the latest information yesterday that everything is to 99% certain that on the 14th of December, that Mountain Wolf Exchange, etc., will go offline to enable them to implement and upload the new exchange. And that process, they will need 4 to 5 working days to actually implement. We will, during the course of this coming week, give you updates on this and the logistics around that. I don't want to do that today because we really want to get closer to the date and really see that it is happening on the 14th, and then give you the timelines, and as I just said, the logistics around that. I estimate that we will be able to do that probably coming Wednesday. All right? That means that the multiple platforms, et cetera, should be, upgraded, more advanced, and, positively in the usability, a lot easier for everyone. And we will give you the updates accordingly. Fine. I'd like to move on to my person, and I'd like to thank everyone, also for the words from Jay in the introduction, but every one of you, and I mean every one of you. Of course, I work with the Global Leadership Circle and specifically individuals in the inner circle on a day-to-day basis. And really, I shouldn't have been here this year anyway. And even though we have new people on the call and one to another, very, very briefly, because not that everyone, suddenly gets shocked or for any reason where there is no reason, I think it's very important, just very, very simply and quickly, the chronological flow of this year is that when this whole project started 2 years ago now, is that I came out of retirement to do it because I was fascinated with the idea of the project. And for me, at the end of my career, to be involved in such a project from day one. And I was very proud to be a part accordingly. But I actually said at that time, coming out of retirement, that will be for 1 year. And accordingly, and it's funny, actually, we have the 6th of December. On the 6th of December 2019, I actually handed over everything to other management, and I went into retirement. Unfortunately, there were challenges that happened over a 4-week period, and then after Christmas, I was asked if I would come out of retirement again and get everything back on track. And of course, there was no sign of COVID at that time. Maybe I would have said something different if one could foresee the future. But again, I was glad to get everything back on track. And I believe, not myself, but everyone involved at a corporate level, but also the leadership around the world in the organization. We managed to have a fantastic year when we look at all the challenges that we had. And not only us had, I mean, everyone has had this challenge. And some people have managed to deal with it. Some people have managed to cope with it. Some people have even managed to profit from it. But unfortunately, there's a hell of a lot of individuals, but also companies, small and big, who have really, really had tremendous challenges, even leading to bankruptcy, closing things down, et cetera. So, I really take my hat off to everyone who, at the beginning of January this year, brought us to where we are today. And to be in a position to move and transit this in the most logical manner, by putting CloudHorizon and the other elements with the Amplivo and the Ecovo platforms, and of course those trade names that are owned by the company, into the Corsair Group, which is headed from Jay and his very competent team, and of course, very importantly so, from IT, Waune being a part of all that. And so, I certainly look back over the year and I'm grateful for the opportunity to get it back on its feet after the last episode of December last year. And that is the last time I'm ever going to talk about that. But I think it's very important that people see this isn't an overnight thing where I'm going back into retirement. But believe me, I'm taking all the steps where I'm cutting all the lines that I really, really, really will be in retirement. It doesn't mean that I'm not there. I will always be connected one way or another to individuals, but also to this project. And anyone, asking for advice at whatever level, I'm talking networking, I'm talking entrepreneur, I'm talking the single individual, but also the new management and corporate, they know, and this is part of what was also asked from Jay, is that over a transition period, which you cannot just switch a light like a light switch and the new team take over something that is quite complex. It's simple if you're there day for day, week for week, month for month, but it's not simple to just switch from one day to the other. There will be a transition period where I'll be in the background for any questions and advice, but I will be out of the decision making, out of that aspect. I will not be a part of the corporate in any manner. I really need to move on to the last chapter in my life and hope that this COVID thing gets out of the way, because I intend to spend 10 years traveling around the world like I've been doing. I don't know how many years. And I really have been around the world. I don't know how many times, but there's only a few cities, a few countries that I really know. Because wherever I've traveled, it's been airport, hotel, event, back to the hotel, and off to the airport again. And I may have been 5 times in Buenos Aires in the last years, but I really don't know Buenos Aires. I don't know Paris. There are places like Stockholm where over the years I've been there 20 times, or Bangkok, or Singapore where I worked for 5 years, 2 years in Hong Kong. But seriously, I want to spend time traveling. And I'm glad we have these products that we have. And I'll make sure I have a batch of them before I actually sign off. Okay. I want to travel. I really want to spend time. And maybe there's an event going on, and maybe I'll come around and say hi to everyone, and with my baseball bat, get on stage for 30 minutes and try and get some good things across. But no, I'm not going to be connected to this industry, this awesome industry. And it's the only industry that treats everyone equal. When you sign up in the network marketing industry, here with CloudHorizon as an influencer, you're not asked if you're male, female, young or you're old, your academical grade, your religion, the color of your skin. All those things don't matter. The only thing that matters is what do you want to do with this opportunity? And you have an equal. And it's the only thing that gives everyone an equal platform to work with. And everyone gets identical support. Identical support. Try and get a job somewhere. Try and get a license for a franchise or this or that or whatever. And the interrogation, I'm not even taking an interview, the interrogation you have to go through, to get that job, be a part of that, or this or that. I mean, it's not easy. So it's an awesome industry that can give a lot. But unfortunately, a lot of people think that, everything just falls from heaven. No, you've really got to work it. But everyone has the equal opportunity. And seriously, this project that I've fortunately been involved with for 2 years, less than 1 month, I wasn't there. It's given me a hell of a lot in life. and it can give every one of you the same. But you know, at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself the question, why are you even on this call today? Why did you make a decision as an influencer? Those of you who are influencers, why did you make that decision? Some of us forget that as one goes along. Once someone realizes, oh, I really got to do something, I got to work, it's not that easy. No, you need to work it. And it is easy if you follow a system, if you create your system within what's already there, your work ethic. You don't have a boss telling you to arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning and finish at 5 in the afternoon. You don't have a boss telling you what you need to do every hour. The thing is, in a job, if you don't do that, you get sacked, you get fired. And here you have that possibility to follow a system and follow the people that have already done it. You may not agree with everything they say, but you know, results are very, very important, and follow those people who have results. The worst thing that can happen is nothing happens for you and everything in your life just stays the same as it is already. That's the worst thing that can happen. The danger is your life can change. And with this opportunity, you can change your life and the lives of your loved ones around you in materialistical, in financial. And by doing that, and they're not the most important things in life, we all know that, but they're very useful, especially the financial aspects, okay? But you've been doing something good for your environment. You've been doing something good for your children and the children's children. And the thing is, if there was no financial incentive here, we wouldn't be able to do this anyway. Because, you know, to stand on the corner of Hyde Park in London, where you're allowed to free speakers corner, the speaker's corner, and you can preach and preach about the environment, CO2. You can preach about the plastic and one thing and another. And everyone says, yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But who actually really goes and does anything about it? I'm not talking at our level. I'm talking at the level of the communities, the governmental authorities, and. They're not going to wake up tomorrow and just realize for the first time there is a plastic waste issue. It's been there over the last decades, getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But when we can also, as Corsair, show them a solution to this pollution, where actually money can be made, it can be financed through its operation, and not from the taxpayer, that's when people start listening. That's when top entrepreneurs start listening. Because where the money is involved, where there is a profit to be made, it is a fact, but people tend to listen a little bit more. You all have a fantastic opportunity to be involved in something of value to everyone around you. And at the same time, you can put value into your own pocket. Jay and I will, in this coming week, be going through the bureaucratical paperwork that we have to get done. And we will have everything being processed and implemented this side, at least the process starting this side of Christmas. And on the 3rd of January, that will certainly be the kickoff, not only for the new year, but also for the new management and new executive management, and a lot of other things that you're going to be presented, not just for the year 2021, but how this whole project and how the whole structure now comes together with a lot of extra elements moving forward and rewarding everyone who really does something about their own situation, and by doing so, about the environment and the world that we live on. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Back over to you, Peter, to maybe close the day. Peter, you're going to close the day. See, he probably thought I was going to talk for another hour like I normally do. He's probably getting a cup of coffee. No, so what I'll do is maybe Jay, you say your last words, and maybe Peter is then available. But again, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Avoid this COVID, and wish you a tremendous Christmas and a really positive new year in so many ways. Again, thank you all. Bye-bye.
A fantastic job, everyone, and really thank you, Frank, for your contribution and, of course, your continual support as always. We really respect that and totally, have so much admiration for the job, that you've done. And also, the leadership, as I said earlier in the call, we've had a fantastic week. And there's also a lot of new people now, a lot of positivity, a lot of great energy that we're going to bring forward into the new year and just take this again to the next level. And I'm so excited to be part of this and to work with remarkable individuals. And it's what, Jay was saying in his part, it's how you make the money, the compass that we have in our lives when we look back and say, we did a good job. And many of you are so committed and so dedicated to this great journey, this great mission that we're on. So it's immensely, immense pride that I have to work with you and be associated with you, and also with this great project that we're on. And, we're coming now into the holiday season. It may be a bit unusual in respect to other holiday seasons, but at the same time, it's a time that I always use, to reflect on the year that has been, and also to set the goals and set our targets for the coming year. A time of reflection, a time of getting together, a time of realigning and just, doing the things that we need to get done in the next year. So I'm very excited with the opportunity that is now on our table, and it's just so exciting. And with that, I'd just like to hand over to Jay. I think he's now unmuted. So Jay, I hope that you're there with us to just close it off here for everybody. Thank you for your contribution today. It was a great presentation. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter, and thank you very much, Frank. Yes, my microphone is now unmuted, so I'm with you again. That's pretty much all from myself as well. I want to thank Frank one more time. I'm sure that there's going to be a few more occasions for this, but one more time for his great work that he has done, and myself, and obviously the top leaders of the network and the other key people on the corporate management are very much looking forward for taking this company to the future. And I want to thank you all for being with us on this call today, and we'll start from here and we'll move to the next level. Thank you all very much. Thank you, guys.